Alright, so here's the master key pattern, which we'd use, say, in the D box. But we could also use it, let's see, in the G box, because here's your G Aeolian pentatonic. It's a long, so this is the top of the S2L, which is 6 root, a long, and then into a short. That's our, you know, they call it A minor pentatonic. You know, with the blues note. Okay, so we're going to play it with the key going from the G shape. It's essentially a G shape. Here's your root chord. Okay, and it's going to an E minor shape. Why? Take a G shape root, word caged, G goes to E, take it minor. Alright, I was going to hit that G again, but so we're going to use the key to go from the G shape. Okay, now remember, D is going to be the second string of the G because D is the 5th of G. So one string up is the 5th string shape. So we're going to have the D there. The key is going to be there, but we're going to do the S3S, S2L top. Then we go 2, 3, 5, 6. So we're starting in the G cage. We're going to go up to the E cage, okay? So here's our walkover to the E cage. Now we're in the E cage. I'm trying to get the song to do this. So really, that's our long pattern, okay? The short A is, of course, we've been playing it all along, the G shape rather. The long is, okay, that's the long pentatonic. Now if we want to play it diatonically, it would go, when we get to that 7, what do we do? There's just a number of ways to play it diatonically. But we're focusing on the pentatonic now. Okay, because we want to talk about diatonics. There's a few different ways to play it. Pentatonics, we don't want to play the short way unless we're just setting the cage, the short cage. Diatonically, or the long pattern. Now I'm going to go. Okay, so that's it. It wasn't pentatonic. I took the 5, 6 to the 7 long because we have right there, heck, we'd have to go back a couple of charts, but we can just look at it right here. We can look at it on the A right here. 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that I just did. Now we did that in the G box, so let's just shuffle over this side of the G box. 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4. Now here is our, well, actually, wait a minute, but we had to hit the tuning warp. 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, and then the 4, 5, 6 had to be warped over because we hit the tuning warp. To maintain that 4th, we've got to go over one. Okay, between P4 tunings, if you're going to this 4 to 7, I know I'm in the way here. This 4 to 7, this is an augmented 4th. Okay, that's an augmented 4th. Okay, so back to today's pattern. Here's everything. You have a couple of small little icons that show you the pentatonic builds here. Okay. Alright, let me just, a little technical difficulty there. There you go. Here's the pentatonic build. You know, it's a little diagram to help with the pentatonic build. That's your pentatonic build. Now, this is the same thing over here, only more detailed. You got the S2L here, 3, 5, 6 root, and then we have an S3S, 2, 5, 2, 3, 5, 6 root 2, 3. Then we're over here. What do we got here? 5, 6 root 2. Well, right here I didn't make a square for that, but I can do it now as a drawing tool. You know, it's kind of an extra box maker here. There's another S3S right there. Okay, then we go into an S2L there, and an S3S here. So let's talk about making these long patterns. What's the only difference? The difference is the key, the S3S long, okay, which is 5, 6 root 2, 3, or 2, 3, 5, 6 root 2, 3. So let's use that in playing all of our positions. Now we have to play all the positions, okay? I didn't put it quite on this this diagram, okay, this chart, but so the E is going to go E cross A cross C. It's like a second inversion A minor. So we got E, and of course you can play the diatonic. Now E goes to A, right? So now we're going to have to play the A string shape there, and this is where it gets interesting. So the 5, 6 is here. Now look what's right above root 2, 3. It's 4, 5, 6. Just got home there. It's right above it. So what we have is 4, 5, 6. So we're going to start our A pattern, which is the fourth of the E on that 2 there, and play our A pattern from there, like this. So we're going to play that A pattern. So it's going to be 5, 6 root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 root. So A is going to go to G. Okay, that's the long A pattern. Now, also from the E, we're going to go E, A, it's a second inversion A minor, to the C shape. Now this is where it's going to get interesting, so let's go over to this E here. Here's our root. The C shape, we're going to want to go down to this note, to the normal C shape, but maybe not. Maybe we don't have to do that, because what we're likely going to do is go from the E to the A to the A shape. So we're just going to zoop right over here to this A shape here and do an A shape here, okay? It's going to be the fifth of it though. So what we want is 2, 5, 7. We want this, we're targeting this 2, 5, 7 right here. Okay, here's root 4, 6 for the A shape. Here's 2, 5, 7. So we want to be targeting this 2 and this 3, whereas in the other one we probably targeted the root and the 2. Okay, so this time we're going to start on the 2, 3. So here's our C-shaped, here's our G-shaped, rather, G there. Okay, and we had our G-shaped F. Because remember, we start on the A shape. In caged, A goes to G. And here's our fifth A shape. And that's going to go to G shape too. Next cage up. So the the long pattern pentatonic root 2-3